Alright, today is day 2 of the 6-1A notes, and we're going to also put 6-1B in here as well. Today is an easier day. You're going to be happy with today compared to yesterday. And then tomorrow will be a bit tougher again. But today we can just review some factoring stuff, okay? So what I'm talking about here is factoring polynomials. So the first thing, again, you want to factor out the GCF if you can do that first, okay? Then you just factor out the remaining quadratic, because in this one, what do each one of these terms have in common? They all have an x. They don't have an x squared because there's not one here. So what I'm going to do here is factor out an x. What I mean by that is I'm going to divide each one of these by x. Now what I divide out doesn't go away. It's still out here on the outside, okay? Then when I divide an x out of x cubed, I'm left with x squared. When I divide an x out of x squared, I'm left with x. The signs come along for the ride. And here, well, those two cancel each other out, just give me 6. Again, how this works, x squared is xx, so really what happens here is both those cancel. This is xxx, and those cancel to give me x squared. Now I can factor this further. I have x on the outside. It, again, does not go away. This is x and x. The factors of 6 are 3 and 2, or 1 and 6. What's going to give me the negative 1? Well, 3 and 2, as long as 3 is negative and 2 is positive. And I'm all done. It's as simple as that, okay? Now from there, well, what am I going to do next? Let's do another problem. Let's do, number 13. If I look at 13, what do they have in common? Again, just x. If I divide x out of here, again, there's 3 of them up top. 1 would cancel them, so I'm left with x squared. If I divide x out of here, I'm left with just 81 because the x's would cancel. And you should recognize this as difference of squares. I can refactor that as x plus 9 and x minus 9. That was from the last chapter, and that's it. I'm done. I'm not trying to solve these. I'm just trying to factor them, okay? For number 15, well, it's an x cubed. I can't take an x out of every one of these terms, so I can't do GCF. I can't take a 3 out. I can't take an 8 out. I can't take any factor of 24 out of every single term, except for 1, of course. So when you can't do that, let's start thinking of something different. This is something that will be on your quiz. It's called grouping. I can group the first two together, and I can group the second two together, and use the GCF of that. What can I pull out of both of these? Well, not just an x, but an x squared. I can pull 2 x's out of here and 2 x's out of here. So I've got x squared. Now again, I'm dividing x squared into each one of these. I'm not going to worry about that yet. I'm just doing half of it. When I pull an x squared out of here, pull 2 of them out, I'm left with 1x. When I pull an x squared out of there, they cancel, and now I'm left with just plus 3. Now what do these have in common? These don't have an x in common, of course. They do have an 8 in common though. So I can pull out an 8, and I'm left with x, because I divided 8 here. And when I divide 8 there, I get plus 3. Well, look at what happens here. They have something in common, which is the GCF. So the answer to this problem is literally x plus 3, because they have that in common. Not x plus 3 squared. It's x plus 3 times what's left? X squared plus 8. That's what's left. Done. Okay. You guys try 12 through 16. 12, 14, and 16. Okay. Pause it a second. Try it. Remember, 12 is going to be a lot like 11, except for what is my GCF here? I can pull 2 x's out, so I probably should start with x squared and go from there. Okay. Write the trinomial first. Right here, what's the GCF? It's not just x. I can also pull a 2 out of each one of those, so I should probably start with 2x. And then here, it is again a grouping problem. Try those on your own. Look at what I did here. Try and do that there, and then come back and check your answers in mine. This one was very simple. It was just plus 4 plus 2 to give me plus 6. Here, if I pull a 2x out of here, I'm left with x squared, minus, if I pull a 2x out of here, 5x. And if I pull a 2x out of here, I get minus 24. And now again, 2x times x and x. Factors of 24, 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8. Oh, there it is. That's what's going to give me 5. 3 and 8. I'll put a minus in both. Here I get negative 3x. Here I get negative 8x. I need the 3 to be positive, in order to get the negative 5, so I need this 3 to be positive. And there's my answer. What do they have in common here? Well, they have a 2x squared I can pull out of each one of those. Again, I'm going to divide 2x squared into both to get x plus 5. What do they have in common? Well, they have 7 in common, but because there's minus signs on both, I'm going to pull out a negative 7, and I get x plus 5. Again, you can check this because I get negative 7x minus 35 to get that to work. Again, look, they have something in common. They always will on these types of problems. What's in common is the first factor. What's left is the other factor, which is 2x squared minus 7, and that is the correct answer. For the bottom two, you're going to go back to decimals, which we were looking at yesterday, and you're going to plug those in. It says use a graphing calculator. Our graphing calculators don't have batteries right now, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to use decimals. So I'm going to go back to decimals. This is the equation I had in yesterday, so I'm going to go back and X that out, and I'm going to plug in negative, actually I have to click onto the box itself, negative 2x, again use that little AB button right here, to the third, go over, minus 8x squared, I'm going to use this button right here for squared, plus 6x plus 36. And I can see my zeros right there and right there. And what you should notice is it's bouncing off right here at negative 3. And it's going through at 2. So I'm going to write my answers in here for number 17. That's all I had to do. I don't have to try and factor it because there's no grouping that can be done here because I'd get x plus 4 here and x plus 6 there, and that's nothing I can do with that. But what I can do is plug them into my calculator or my decimals graph and find that x was negative 3, and that was even because I bounced off it. Okay, I bounced off it. And then I also get x equals 2, which was odd because it went through. Okay. Try number 18 a second, plug that into your decimals calculator, and you will see the answers. Pause maybe for a second, come back. Here's what it is. Again, negative 4 went through it, so it's odd, again because it went through. At 4, it's even because, again, it bounced off at that point. Okay? You don't need to put what I have in parentheses here. All you're going to do is say negative 4 and 4, they're odd and even. Okay? Your homework from this section, we're not done yet, is very simply the next page, 5 through 18. Okay? You're going to see that it is very, very simple if you go back and look at what we did in the notes. The top 4 problems are really what we did on the first page yesterday, and the bottom problems, I'm sorry, I think you did 1 through 8 yesterday. Yes, you did. So you're only doing 9 through 18 on here. Okay? You're going to do 9 through 18 here, and you're also going to do something from the next set of notes, which I'm going to get to right now. Okay? For 6.1b, okay, all you're going to do is, given the roots, write the polynomial. Well, if I give you the roots, so roots are x equals a. Factors, we said this on the notes from yesterday, are x minus a, like that. So, if x equals 2, then you get x minus 2. If x equals negative 1, well then you get x minus negative 1, which turns into a plus sign, like so. So it's kind of the opposite. So if I look at number 1, I'm going to write those factors out first. I'm going to write out x minus negative 1, x minus negative 2, and x minus negative 3. And of course, minus a negative plus, plus, and plus. Now, similarly on number 2, I'm not going to finish this, but I'm going to write it out. I'm going to get x minus 4, x minus negative 2, which becomes a plus, and x minus 0. X minus 0 is just x, so I can just write it like that. Okay? Now from there, I'm going to FOIL this out. I'm just going to FOIL these two here. I'm going to get x squared plus 2x plus 1x plus 2, and I still got my x plus 3. I'm not going to worry about that yet. Combine my like terms. x squared plus 3x plus 2 times x plus 3, and I'm going to distribute the x into every term, x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x, and the 3 into every term. And I'm going to just write those, kind of align them with what we got here. 3 times x squared is 3x squared positive, 3 times 3x is 9x, and 3 times 2 is 6. Then all I gotta do is just add down. So the answer for this problem is x cubed plus 6x squared plus 11x plus 6. And that is the polynomial function that I need. Okay? Similarly on this one, I'm going to FOIL this out first, and I'm going to get x squared plus 2x minus 4x minus 8. I'm going to combine my like terms here to get x squared minus 2x minus 8 times x. And now this is super easy because I'm just distributing an x. I get x cubed minus 2x squared minus 8x. That's my answer. I want you to try 3 and 4. I'm going to give you a hint here in just a second as to how to start those, but please try 3 and 4 on your own. Pause it now, come back. This is x squared times x minus 3, and it's just a matter of distributing to get x cubed minus 3x squared. Done. Okay. Next problem, again, FOIL these out. I'd always distribute the x last. I get x squared minus 2 plus 3x is plus 1x, and then minus 6. I got to times an x into all of those to get x cubed plus x squared minus 6x, and that is my answer. That is all we are doing for today. So in addition to the 9 through 18 on the previous paper where you're just factoring, on this assignment you're going to go over to the practice 1B and just do 1 through 4. Okay? So again, the assignment is 6-1A, 9 through 18, and in the second one, 6-1B, 1 through 4. Combined, guys, I know you have all weekend plus Friday to do this. Combined, this should take 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes tops. Probably not even that for a lot of you. Please do your homework this weekend. We'll see you on Monday with this. Have a good day.